Newdea Solution allows you to track many different aspects of your project. You can track basic information about your project, such as the project description and timeframes of your project. Team members associated to your project. These team members can be internal users as well as external contacts, such as doctors and nurses. Basic information about your donors that are interested in or funding your project. Any tasks associated with the project. Income and expense budgets for your project. This information can be high level or can be as detailed down to the budget category level. An impact-based analysis, which is a detailed plan of how your project will achieve its impact along with key performance indicators to track the progress. And a multimedia section where you can upload images that you've taken on the project, journals or human interest stories about individuals you have touched during this project, and documents associated to this project. Newdea provides 3 dashboards for users: an operational dashboard, a development dashboard, and a staff dashboard. This view is of the operational dashboard. An operational dashboard will aggregate and summarize information across your organization, a region, or a program area. The information showing on the dashboard is specific to which area you have selected. An organization can define their hierarchy according to their business needs. So in this case, we have defined this by region, to a program area, and then ultimately down to projects. A project can be associated to more than one program area. So in this example, I'm going to pick Africa, and all the information on my dashboard is now specific to the region of Africa. So in the at-a-glance section, this section will show information that might need your attention, such as tasks that are overdue, measurements that are not tracking according to plan and under alert, and projects that need approving. The budget snapshot shows a summary of your expenses and your income for that particular region. Next is a list of projects within Africa, a breakdown of the status of those projects, and which projects are viewable outside your organization. And then finally, you'll see a list of tasks for me that are due this week or that are overdue. An impact-based analysis is a detailed plan of how your project will achieve its impact. An IBA can be defined at any level within the organizational hierarchy. So it can be defined at a project level, a group or region level, or at the organizational level. You first start by identifying the long-term impact. A long-term impact is generally 7 plus 10 years out. You then will define your short and medium-term outcomes that will help lead to a long-term impact. The activities you plan to conduct on your project, as well as the direct outputs of those activities, and finally, the input or resources needed to successfully run your project. You can identify any assumptions, local capacity, and risk and alternatives that were identified during the project planning process. If I drill into one of these components, you can then create indicators to measure the success of your plan. The indicators are determined by the organization themselves. You can track as many indicators for each component as necessary to know whether or not you're meeting your objectives. In this example, we are tracking the death rate of children under 5 due to malaria. The gold line represents your milestone and where you expect to be at any given point. The blue line shows your actual value. The chart will quickly show if you are tracking according to your expectations. This information may also be disaggregated by different categories, such as age group or gender. It is user-defined by the organization. The Monitor tab shows an outline view of the plan and allows you to easily monitor the progress of your plan. Any indicator with an alert status is quickly identifiable by an icon, directing you to possible area for review and evaluation. In this case, I can quickly see all the indicators associated with a particular component. Defining your problem, solution, and case statements is an important step in the project lifecycle. The problem statement should clearly define the problem the project is intending to solve and describing why it exists. solution statement defines how you're going to address and solve this problem, while the case statement describes how your project is relevant and unique in solving the problem. Other information you can track on the project is user-defined categories and locations, as well as user-defined narratives that are important to the project. You can also track major accomplishment and what still needs to be done. You can track budget information for each project in your organization, as well as at a region or a group level. A budget can be defined for any time frame, whether that time frame is 3 months, 1 year, or 3 years. You can also track more than one budget for a project, as well as different budget types. On a budget, you can define the categories that you want to place on your budget. These categories can mirror your GL chart of accounts, or they could be a subset of your GL chart of accounts. You can track and manage your planned expenses as well as your planned income. You can then also track your actuals against that particular plan. In your actuals, you can track summary level information or very detailed level information, such as each transaction that makes up that account. And finally, you have a variance tab, which can then show you your variance between your actuals and your plans. The Newdea solution is predicated on a role-based security model. A role and what rights a role has is defined by the organization. In this example, the role of a program manager has the rights to edit certain information, but does not have the rights to publish or approve information. A role is then associated to a user and tied to the organizational hierarchy. A user can be tied all the way down to a project level, or can be broader across the program, the region, or even at the organizational level.